No, it was crooked against Trump and crooked against Stacey Abrams. It was crooked against the Republicans and the Democrats. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back if you are been here before, and welcome if this is your first episode watching us. We're glad you came to watch us. Go ahead and like this episode, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button to get notifications, and if you like it, share it with somebody. If you don't like my comments, share it with somebody and talk about it. Comment on the bottom, and let's get a conversation going. We're gonna try to keep it. We're gonna try to keep this episode to politics and stay on it, but we'll see what happens. All right.
Y'all know I like to venture off a little bit. I got y'all.
You're picking at other stuff. So because we're here in Georgia,
Yes.
and it's actually because we're here in Georgia, also because this ticket is actually pretty big. The Herschel Walker versus Raphael Warnock. And the reason it's big because if Herschel Walker wins the Senate seat, they could flip to a Republican Senate. And I don't know what happened then, but the Republicans being just under the majority and being minority, they were able to block, or they were able to block only by not voting anybody Republican voting for a lot of these bills. But if they flip the seat, then the Democrats definitely will not get any bills passed, and that's what's been holding them back. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Herschel Walker, that guy's not qualified.
And he needs the access denied.
He should have been denied. It really is ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
he doesn't actually meet any of the real requirements to run for Senate.
It's almost like he's based on a fairy tale. He shouldn't be there. He has so many lies surrounded by him, and he just doesn't tell the truth.
Yeah, he don't. He actually said he was they caught him lying about being law enforcement.
Yeah.
He said he was law enforcement.
That he said he had a company with multiple people there.
You know, he put that one out of Trump.
Yeah.
I'm a 1,000 billionaire.
Yeah, and then so even his son came out and talked about
Which one? We got 4.
Christian Walker.
Yeah.
Christian Walker. So he came out and he was saying that he wasn't a good dad. He wasn't there for them, and he's fathered 4 different children by 4 different mothers. So,
But at the same time, he's supporting he's supporting
abortion ban.
After 16 weeks with absolutely no exceptions. None.
Like, I can't even think of a positive for him to be in the office representing us.
It's black.
It's not positive.
And plus, we already got a black. He's running against a black guy. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
We already got a black guy in the seat.
We already have one.
Go somewhere else.
Please find something else to do.
Move somewhere else or something.
Yeah, you can be in the office, just not a political office. Please find something more of your caliber. He should be like somewhere in like attorney land. See, since he knows how to like lie a lot, and lying is like it's
they just omit certain evidence.
Well,
like he's admitted the fact that he was in DV situations with his wife or his ex-wife, putting a weapon to her head. Like, he just admitted it. He didn't really lie, did he?
And then there's the other lie of the person that came out and said that he basically kind of like told her to.
He paid for her to delete her child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they say that she had another one with him after the fact.
Yeah.
So one of his baby mothers of the 4 kids that he was never there with.
So I think he's just total rubbish,
but everybody was still backing him. Even Brian Kemp said he was backing him. He was still backing the ticket, and all of the Bible thumpers are backing him. What? They'll do anything. And that's the way politics are now. Like, it doesn't matter what happened. I felt like this back in 2016 when Trump ended up getting outed on his video where or on the, what was it? It was behind the scenes. They had him on recording saying he grabbed a woman by her what they but and he still won. And I was at the time I was still enlisted, and I was like, this is insane.
I'd be absolutely shocked if he even stood a chance at winning.
He was still being supported by technically because Kemp won. Well, it's kind of flipped because we got 2 Democratic senators in the seat, but we have a Republican governor for Georgia. So I guess you could say it could go either way because in that sense because Georgia's a purple state. Pretty much, Stacey Abrams only lost by 54,000. They say only lost by 54,723 votes. I say that sounds like a lot to me, but then when you think about the millions of people here, not that much. But
it's so close. It's like razor thin.
Yeah, but it just seems like politics. In this politics, sometimes it seems like people will literally sell their soul for a win, or people will sell their soul by voting for somebody that has no actual values that they like, moral values that they agree with, just so they can get tax breaks. That's why a lot of people vote Republican.
Yeah.
Because the Republicans is more about tax breaks.
But when it comes to
they're better for business people.
If you think about it, when it comes to voting, you're gonna vote in your best interest. So if your best interest is to vote Democrat, then you're gonna side with those issues. If your best interest is Republican, then that's the side you're gonna lean on.
Right, but it's just why do they keep leaning towards the side of Republicans that are completely immoral? Because they justify it by saying Democrats are completely immoral.
It's a miracle.
But I just couldn't do it. I can't sell myself. Mostly. Because when we talk about the rest of it. No, I can't. I can never sell myself. But it's for when somebody is just that outright. You got all these tics of negativity. You're not fit to run in office. Like you said, maybe he's fit to be somewhere else. Not in the position, in the government position. Not as a leader. Somebody that our children can be like, oh, I want to be like him one day. No, you don't.
Because the main thing is integrity. He's lacking integrity right now, and that's not something we need to represent us.
Not at all. I don't. But people are still gonna vote for him. That's why it says it'll be easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than for a rich man.
now that we got
senators. That's about the senators.
Let's delve into deeper topics.
Which is?
I want you to present it. I just want you to say her name. Go ahead, say it loud.
Okay, I said it a little bit earlier.
Okay.
So we was talking about senators. Let's talk about governors.
Yes.
Georgia is. I mean, even if we weren't living in Georgia, we probably still be talking about both of these because they're such big issues for the country. Georgia being having been a red state for so long, and now potentially being completely blue.
Yes.
Like I said, Stacey Abrams only lost in 2019 by 54,723 votes, but she pulled the Trumper and denies that she lost at all. Took it to the courts, and still she lost, and she still denied it. So what does that say? But she said it was. She said it was crooked. She said it was crooked, but it was crooked against Trump. But no, it was crooked against Trump and crooked against Stacey Abrams. It was crooked against the Republicans and the Democrats.
It was crooked against Stacey Abrams. She was able to come up with some points of the main points of contention to why her votes came down so close, and it's mostly because she had to found something called a fair fight action, and that's voting rights and policy organizations for people of color, because during that time, people of color, like, they're having trouble voting, and she was able to get out there, get the word out, get people to come out and start voting and stuff. But it's almost like we're still having issues that we had way back during the civil area, which is how much is our vote counting? So we have to shine light on different things. But she's done a lot of major things, so I think she's.
I wonder what are they? How are people having trouble voting? I've been a Georgia resident since I was a kid. My first time voting was for Barack Obama, and I didn't really have any issues. That was in 2008, obviously, and I just drove up there and voted. I don't understand what is these issues. I think the issue is getting people to vote. Yes,
that's a major issue.
Getting black people to vote, but the issue of getting black people to vote is not that they don't know that they're supposed to vote. It's not that they don't know, that we don't know that there's an election coming up. I mean, maybe some people that are way out there in the woods don't know, but we know it's a choice thing, and that's just. But that doesn't say that it's rigged against her. It's just that we're not voting. How does that make it rigged against her? Because I voted. When I voted in 2008, I voted in all the other past elections. Well, some of them I didn't because I was deployed or so what, and it was just more hoops than I wanted to jump through to vote. But to get that absentee ballot. If it was as easy as it was in the last election, yeah, I would have been able to vote. But it was more hoops to jump through when you're deployed. But like I said, it's not an issue of preventing people from voting that want to vote. It's an issue of getting people to want to vote, and that's an issue between us, black people. But I'm still not voting for it. I'm not voting for it.
So her main thing is not to solve everyone's problems. And I think that's where people are saying, "Oh, I'm not voting for her." Why are you not voting for her? What is your reason? Why vote for the other party?
Why vote for the other party? Because he legalized being able to open carry, conceal carry without me having to have a license. Even though I have a license, don't worry about me. But he legalized it, so people don't have to get a license to open carry. So if I don't have to get a license to open carry, I mean to conceal carry, that means legally, as a black man, you can't charge me for having a concealed carry weapon because it's not illegal for me to conceal my weapon. So that whole idea of I charged him because he had a concealed weapon. No, because I legally can that. I've been pulled over multiple times. Not for anything illegal other than speeding, but I've had my concealed carry for years since like '09, in multiple states, and every time I give them my card so that they know that I'm licensed to conceal. But up until that point, you had to have it on the seat or on the dashboard if you get pulled over, because if they search the car, right, exactly. But because if they search the car, they can say, "Oh, your weapon was concealed, and you're not licensed to conceal it." That's a big enough reason for me to vote. That's a big reason especially for black men, because they're saying a lot of black men are not going to vote for Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, so in that avenue, she's drawn less support. So my thing is, I want to know why black men are not voted. Why do you not see her as being qualified? like let's delve a little
trying
bit.
To make me say?
Let's delve a little bit deeper into the depths and the reason of why she's not receiving support from black men.
Mm-hmm.
She has a lot of backing and support from black women, and women are more likely to go out there and vote. But come on, black men.
She's not offering. She doesn't offering anything in her platform that actually speaks to black men. Because she think we're just supposed to vote for her. She's trying to hit us with the Joe Biden. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. She is like it's.
Ever said that.
No, Biden did when he was running.
Biden
said on the radio, I think it was on Breakfast Club, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black." So without her saying it, everybody else is trying to tiptoe around it. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. But you're not. Like, the same thing they were saying about Biden. What are you giving us? What are you giving to the black people?
She's helping the black community. She's helping teachers. She plans on increasing their wages.
I don't believe she can do it.
She's going to have fight on it. But she's proven that she doesn't back down from her fights. So if she says...
She don't win them either.
We're not going to go there, okay?
Oh, that was good.
She said if she says that she's going to fight for this certain cause, her track history has proven that she's going to do that. She relieved medical debt for 108,000 people. That's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And medical debt, that holds a lot of people back from purchasing homes, purchasing vehicles, and getting out of the situations that they're in.
That she did that?
Yes,
in what position?
She did that just as her position right now, whatever she's doing right now. So she's fought for. She's an ambitious leader.
Yeah.
She's fighting for people of color and people of. Poor people. She's fighting. She's fighting.
Yeah, that's what Democrats do. They do. And I'm not upset about it, though. I'm not upset about it. Actually, I'm really not upset about it. I'm a split ticket voter this year. I'm definitely or with this, I'm split ticket. I'm voting for Raphael Warnock
Mm-hmm.
for Senate. I'm voting for Governor Kemp.
And then
But and there's a reason I'm split ticket too, though. I don't. I believe that the platform of the Democrats at this current time are what we need at the national level. Because Republicans have for too long not voted for climate change for too long to where what are we going to leave to our future generations?
Yeah.
Like at some point, you have to change what we're doing as a nation and in the world in order to leave anything for our generations past us to actually have to survive, like clean air. Two, well, that's the biggest thing for me for Democrats. I do believe that there should be some laws passed at the national level in order to stop the sale of assault rifles, mostly because I already have mine, so they're not going to come and get it. But they have to stop it at some level or put more stringent restrictions on being able to get it. I could argue both ways against that because they were like, well, what do you need an assault rifle for? What do you need a sports car for? If you're not drag racing on the track, why do you need a car that can go 140 miles per hour? Why do you need a motorcycle that can go? Yeah, take my weapons, put a governor on every car, and put 70 miles per hour on every car, and make it so it can't accelerate past so many miles per hour in 6 to 20 seconds. Like, that's my argument against weapons. Like, yeah, we don't all need assault weapons. We also don't all need sports cars. Bottom line, because the sports cars or speeding causes more accidents than guns do, or more deaths than guns do. But ain't nobody ever said anything about putting governors on every car. Because guess what? Because the cars that are sold that are able to go fast are sold for more money, which makes the dealers and the car manufacturers more money, which makes more taxes into the economy and into the nation. And hey, all for it. But if you're going to use reason on one side, use reason on both sides. That's why I am for guns, but I am also for Democrats running the nation at this current time. Plus, they've been doing good trying to reduce the debt. But at the state level, I need a Republican at least reduce my state taxes. And he gave us weapons. Well, he gave me the ability to overcarry. Plus, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. I know you want to hear it. She's not an attractive candidate.
Oh no, you did. I thought you were gonna say something else. But her,
she's not. I'm gonna let you talk.
Her not being attractive shouldn't constitute whether or not you're gonna vote for her.
It shouldn't, but it does. And here's the thing, though. It's not just her attractive. Mm-hmm. Studies show that the appearance and likability of a candidate has major effect on whether or not they get voted for. That's not just that black or white or male or female. That's across the board. Relatability. That's why John Kennedy was so loved. It was cool cat, man.
But maybe she's like.
That's why everybody loved Barack Obama. You can't.
Everybody likes the auntie that.
But guess what?
For the family and.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. When it comes to, y'all gonna hate me. Y'all gonna hate me. But do you want your child to look up to her in all aspects? Do you want your child to be like her in all aspects?
Why not? She's an ambitious leader. She's done a bunch of things. She's even installed wireless connections in underprivileged communities. So why not have your try to look up to her? When you look for
All
someone
aspects.
in all aspects? When you have a role
You
model
know what
for
I'm talking about.
I do.
So if I'm gonna say she's not a attractive candidate, speak the truth on her side too.
But I am, because when you have a role model for your child, you have that person for certain traits and characteristics, not everything that they encompass, because you want your child to have their own individuality.
But
So
is
you
that
take traits and characteristics from different people. You don't have to take their bad traits and say,
what bad
"Oh,
traits? She said she got bad traits.
I'm just saying." I'm just speaking.
So you're gonna dodge around it, okay?
I'm speaking in general. So if someone has bad traits, you're not gonna want for your child to have that trait, correct?
Yeah, I'm not gonna want my child to have that trait.
But the good traits, you're gonna want them to pick up someone that right.
Yeah, but a role model.
That's
A role model, your
but
child sees both of it though.
But listen to the topic. Role model.
Mm-hmm.
It's a role. When you have a role, it's just one thing in one, or maybe a couple things in specific. It's not model.
Okay, I'll take it even further on that one.
Okay.
So we were talking about music in the previous episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're saying if you're playing explicit music in your car,
Mm-hmm.
and your child is in the car and they're listening to it, can you say, I want my child to not listen to the words but admire the beat and dance to the beat?
That's
not that. That's a
a
song and a person. Those are two things. A person that's a role model is a person of influence. Music is an influence on the person, on the child as well. Both of them are. You can't. That's not. One of them is what you see, and one of them is what you hear.
Yeah.
But both of them are things that influence your vision or point of view.
Yeah. And I know what you.
It's not two different. It's not two different things. Music and role models are both influential on a person and or child. Mm-hmm. Therefore, the looks of a person as a role model is just as much important as the actions of a person as a role model. Just like the music, the words of the music is just as much important or even more important than the beat, that the sound that the music is hitting on. That the words are on the track.
So you're saying that role models, they're supposed to have this certain type of look.
They're supposed to be healthy, physically. They're supposed to look physically healthy.
Well, of course, she can get there. It's not
right,
but
she should get there before she tries to be a role model and leader that is influent that the youth will see.
Do you think Kemp is healthy?
I mean, he looks more healthy.
Yeah, he looks more healthy, but yeah, that's aesthetics.
No, aesthetics is also health. You can't say aesthetics is not health. And you have education in health. But that's another problem that we have going on in the world, and especially in our community. But we know what the truth is, but we rather go with what makes us feel better.
But no, some people can't help their genetic predisposition. So if you have a person that is overweight, some of them cannot help.
But what ratio of those people can't help, and what ratio of those people can help?
There's a big ratio, because
is it the ratio? And then here's my next question: is it a ratio based off of how they lived in their earlier years? Because some people are predisposed to diabetes, but don't get diabetes because they live a healthier life that never gets them to diabetes.
But it also depends on education. When in their life did they get the education in order to do so and carry
Exactly.
themselves so.
Right. Exactly.
So if that person has the education to make the necessary changes, but it's already the damage is already done.
Yeah.
They cannot.
You're walking right into
So,
what I'm.
but no,
to my point.
they cannot make those necessary changes for that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
However, it doesn't. It shouldn't keep them from being a person on the front ground that's a representative for them.
It should.
It shows them. It shows how to overcome a struggle. It shows how to overcome.
She doesn't overcome the struggle.
She's working through it.
How do you know?
She hasn't gotten any bigger, and she hasn't gotten any smaller. And she has gotten any smaller. So there's some type of process going on there. Okay. So and she has a family. Her family isn't obese or oversized.
Are they? You sure?
Yeah, she did a commercial. What's that?
So, but her family's not running for office.
But they will get drafted.
But they're not the role model. She
her whole family's a role model. Because if she was in office, just like how Herschel Walker, his whole family
that's different.
dynamic is getting all messed up. Just like how he's in office and his family, well, he's trying to get in office. He's a nominee. Just like how his family stuff is coming to the surface, her family stuff is open to the public.
So what?
She's trying to be a public figure.
So if her family's healthy, her family's fit, what happened to her?
That's like I said earlier. She may have.
If they had the education, she had the education.
She may, but that's afterwards.
How's that afterwards?
Once you have the education to make that change, you make that changes for yourself
her children?
and your family. Yes, her children. So it might be too late for her to say, okay, I'm gonna diet and I'm gonna slim down and lose weight and stuff like that. When women reach menopause and stuff like
might be ain't nothing we need to vote for.
They go down.
Don't need a might be. That's like empty promises. I don't need to know that you might pass bills that's gonna help us.
She'll fight to do
that. Okay. With everything you said, if with the way you said it, education at an early level is what could help. So those parents, what about the parents that don't teach their children, and then their children see Stacey Abrams and says, "Oh well, it must be okay."
That don't teach their children.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fault of the parent. No. You cannot blame someone's appearance for it. That's like saying, okay.
So if so, the point. So what you're saying is, it's her size and unhealthy appearance is not her fault, or it's not. It has nothing to do with how she influences the kids. So it's not her fault. If the kids look at her and believe that it's okay.
Some of them kids' moms look like that.
Exactly.
Moms, their grandmas, their aunties. So that's something they're more relatable to. So if they're more relatable to that, that's what they're more so are gonna.
Not if they see a role model that's not. Maybe she should be the positive role model. That's more of a reason for somebody to be a role model that's fit, because there has to be some exposure to healthy activity, healthy appearance.
But I guarantee you that when she's in office, she'll promote
you can't guarantee that.
But I can almost guarantee.
You can almost.
She did it in that because she did it in the commercial. But
she did. So why she didn't do it in her life?
Because sometimes it's too late, and
it's never too late.
It is.
So you're telling people it's too late. There's a point in your life where it's too late for you to improve.
No, I didn't say that. I said it's too late to make the changes, like the outside changes. That
it's too late for you to lose weight.
No,
That's what she
that's
said.
not what I
That's what she said. It's too late
I
for you to
said
lose weight.
no. I said, and I'm gonna correct myself. I said so. People have predisposed genetic traits. That's something.
Yes, predisposed. I already
Yes.
talked about that.
Yes,
You can
that's
be
something.
predisposed to diabetes, but not get diabetes based off of your nutrition and
But if
activity.
you don't get the education on nutrition, then after the damage is already done, it's harder to correct those decisions.
So what do you just stop? You just give up?
You don't stop. You can
Wait,
you can make it better
or maybe you don't give up. You just shift your focus to something that you can be successful in, and say, "This is just the way I am."
I don't believe this is just the way I am.
I know that. I don't believe it either, but I believe that that's what's going on with our in America. That's why America has the highest obesity rate in the whole world. Because okay, it's too hard to shift this. I don't. It's too hard to work out consistently. It hurts. It's too hard to have nutritional habits, good nutrition habits, because I want that sugar. And I can say it is hard because I'm on a diet right now, trying to get that stomach on flat. But the problem is, we will say, well, that's too hard. But I know I can be successful over here. So I'm just gonna focus over here and be successful, and then you just accept me for who I am, what and how I look.
I just want to say, if there's somebody that's on like a weight loss journey and you reach the point where you're not seeing yourself lose weight or you're not seeing the changes, sometimes it's not you, it's your genes.
Sometimes you need to go to the doctor and let the doctor tell you that.
Exactly. So don't take what we're saying here and think that it's something that we're tailoring to you.
No, I'm not tailoring it to you. I'm tailoring it to America.
Just don't ever.
The highest obesity rate in the world, America.
Just don't ever give up on yourself.
Don't give up on yourself, which means don't give up on improving your health, because that's important. And don't give up on voting for people that will have a more visually educational outcome of good health.
Now I'm trying.
Your children.
I'm fighting for Stacey Abrams. I'm not disclosing who I'm voting for because, of course, that's my business. But
I tell you,
it's important to present both sides of the stories and both sides of the fence, so you get a full picture of the candidates that's running. So you present these issues that they have, and everyone's human. So we have to remember that.
And I'm not saying, you know what, I will say it. I believe that there are a lot of black men that are not voting for Stacey Abrams because, dang, I don't know if I should say it.
I want to hear this. I'm curious.
Because she would validate the things that we don't want to make, or that we don't want to perpetuate as the norm. Yeah, we just talked about it. Also, that part about, well, she has the.
So I want to stop you right.
Is she married?
She is. I want to stop you right there. So,
is she married to a black man?
She is.
What? She got half of my vote.
So that's the thing, like,
she got half of my vote.
Yeah.
But you gotta have the whole vote.
I mean, well, but okay, why? I want to bring it all. I want to reroute it and bring it all the way back. Is it hard for a black man to support a black
woman?
She's
nowadays,
out there representing. She's representing for black people. She's representing for people of the darker hues. She's representing for us.
She's representing for you.
You too. Your shade of brown.
She's
Fall in the
representing
category.
for you. When it comes to like, so you talking about? Are you saying? So you said the question of she you you blended that together. I see what you did. That wasn't the truth. You said, is it hard for black men to support black women?
Yes.
And then you went right back to her. That's not the same thing.
No,
So is it hard for black men to support Stacey Abrams, or is it hard for black men to support black women? Those are two different questions. But you blended it together.
It's not.
Yes,
Tell him in the comments, please.
Yes,
Please
it
tell
is.
him in the comments.
It is two separate questions.
It's not.
Two separate questions, but they both still have the same answer. At this point, and the way the internet and the world is looking, it doesn't seem like that men completely do. Men don't seem to support black women.
And why do you think that is?
I think we probably don't have enough time in this episode for me to fully explain it. So guess what? We're gonna save that one for another episode.
That one's gonna be juicy because I cannot wait to dive into that topic because
it goes deep.
Yeah,
it goes deep.
Don't worry, I got y'all.
It goes deep. But did we finish this topic?
Yeah. I think sure? So. We're gonna wrap that up because you know what?
Oh no! I want to say something else about it. So this is Katrina. It's bad. The original.
You call her Katrina? Oh my goodness.
What's her name?
Her name is Trina.
Oh.
What else?
Katrina. I don't know. Katrina. Hurricane.
The baddest.
The baddest. Yeah. She got this song with Saucy Santana. You heard him? I just heard him like today.
I love it.
You heard him?
Yeah.
Oh wow! You just told the whole world you like Saucy Santana.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not? He said he's bad, bougie, and everything.
That's a whole other subject for a whole other conversation too. But this is funny because they came out with this. They got this video called "No Voting, No Bucking." That's not a word. That's not a word. I looked it up.
Oh, you know, we make words every.
Oh, like that Black Dictionary that's coming out. You heard about that one?
I haven't, but
we talk about that.
I'm gonna make sure my kids.
It's supposed to come out like next year. A Black Dictionary.
I can only imagine.
It's weird. They put in for shizzle, like yeah. But yeah, they putting some stuff in there, and I'm just like, I was hearing about it, and I was like, wow. It's like some stuff that we want to use as, black culture. That some stuff we just should not be saying is just because it happened don't mean it's something that we should like. Some stuff shouldn't be put in the word culture. Culture is supposed to be the good stuff.
It doesn't stand for everybody because a lot of times I don't even understand it. So help me.
This one got a whole Black Dictionary, but it's written by a black guy, and it's written by a guy that had like just big fandom for the original Webster writer.
I'd be curious to see what. I take that back though. I'd be curious to see what's in it because a lot of times
I wonder how many words they gonna be. You gonna really find enough words to fit into a dictionary?
There's actually a
To
lot.
fill a dictionary?
You know what? Because and then there's some phrases that I don't know that I hear and I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
So that would help with that.
Yeah. Every time I see my cousin at a cookout or something, he got a new term, and I'm like, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. But back to it. So what was I talking about? Yes. So the voting. So in order to try to get more black men out to vote.
Oh, this is for black men.
Yeah, that's what this. Who do you think the song was
I thought
for?
it was for like black people as a whole.
No, this is tailored directly towards black men.
Black men. Wow.
Because Stacey Abrams says she said, "I'll win if black men come out and vote." That's basically saying if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. But see what I'm saying? Like you literally doing the same thing that
she didn't tell them to make that video.
That Hunter's dad did, and we know what Hunter did. Cheating on his taxes anyway. But no, this is what happened. They came out with a song, and I'm gonna play it because it's just funny to me. I can't believe you follow that guy. Like,
I don't know.
You follow him like on the gram and stuff too.
I like his music. It's
y'all excuse me. We got another piece coming in, and yeah, y'all excuse her and excuse the sound. We got another piece coming in that we just ordered to improve it even more. We build it what like the late great KSA. We build it while we fly, right? Work in progress. Here we go. Ready? It's funny. Now, mind you, he's saying no voting, no VUCKING, and they really thought it was good to put this into a video. Yeah, that's the support for Stacey Abrams. Anyway,
well, don't. They just telling people to come out and vote. It's not.
Hey, we are black press.
I would hate to but that's the time right there. Well, thank you for watching our video. We greatly appreciate your support.
Yes, sir.
Please like, comment, share, and
subscribe.
Yes,
hit the bell.
And we look forward to hearing your interactions.
We are Black Press.